Great Miracles Avenue. My name is Mia and I am from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I would like to share with you the dreams and signs I received from God. I wrote them down, so I'm gonna read it to you. I had the first two dreams sometime last year. I think it was sometime in September or early October, but maybe it was sometime before September. I regret that I did not manage to write down the dates, but at the time I was not aware of the importance of these dreams, especially the warnings of something that would happen shortly after I dreamed them. In the first dream, I am at home, and I was upstairs. I went to one of the rooms and saw the red sky through the window. I immediately felt sadness because I knew that the rapture had happened and I was left behind. Then I went out on the balcony, and on the west side in the sky, I saw a full moon. And next to it, on the right side, two planets that stood in the same plane. One was below the other. For the upper planet, I felt that it was Jupiter, while for the lower one, I did not know which one it was. To the right of them stood Saturn. After that, I woke up. Tomorrow, I had another dream. In the second dream, I was with my sister somewhere in a studio where a live show was being recorded. We went to the restroom and there were a lot of women crying and depressed because their babies were missing. I knew right away that it was because of the rapture, and I felt immense sadness because I stayed. After that, I went to Croatia, to the shopping center of the city, and came there to return something. I can't remember exactly what I wanted to return, but I realized that I forgot to bring it, so I returned home. I remember then how my sister and I were leaving the house and getting into a car, which was parked outside. When we got in, 10 meters in front of the car, some kind of big stone fell from the sky like part of a rock, but it was burning as if it had lava on it. Then another such burning stone falls from the left side of the car next to me. My sister and I were getting out of the car, and then we heard some kind of noise. Up in the sky, which was gray, above the car from the north side, we saw something dark being created from the wind. Something similar to a tornado and smoke, only smaller. It began to hiss and go higher, then the sky opened, and a fire came out of it, which spread greatly, after which it disappeared. My sister and I immediately started running into the house. When I started to close the door of the house, I could not close it because an open black umbrella was blocking the door. When I noticed that, I realized that there was a person in front of me in the garage who had a dark cloak on him. He was wearing a cloak cap, a bandage around his waist, and he had a stick. I was scared then because I thought that it was that, and I kicked the umbrella with my foot so I could close the door. Then at that moment when I kicked the umbrella, the person turned, and it was my cousin's friend. I immediately went out and pulled him into the house with me so that he wouldn't die from everything outside. After that, I woke up. After those dreams, I did research what they could mean because I was thinking about the apocalypse or watched a video about it, that it was because of that influence that I had the dream. Regardless of the fact that I felt in my dreams that the rapture had happened, I admit that I doubted whether the dreams were really from God or not. That will change later after I received a few signs from God. Sometime in October, an internet friend contacted me. We talked a little and she told me how difficult it is for her because no matter which doctor she goes to, he can't give her a correct diagnosis. She is from America. So I told her how our healthcare system is bad and here people go to private doctors or travel to another country for treatment. When she told me that she was too young to move to another American state and that her family's financial situation was not the best, I told her that I would pray for her. Since then, every day I prayed an Our Father, Hail Mary, and glory to the Father for her. That exactly after 7 days she will contact me and say that after 7 different doctors she finally found one who gave her the correct diagnosis. I was overjoyed and shocked because I did not expect prayer to work so quickly knowing her situation. All things are possible with God. You must be wondering what this has to do with my dreams. Well, a few days after that, I was really thinking how strong the power of prayer is. On the very day when I was thinking about it, it was October 27th. I received a YouTube notification that a Christian channel I follow had published a video as a documentary called God is Arming You with a Weapon, the Power of Prayer movie. I was really surprised that a video was released about this, and I was really thinking about the power of prayer. Of course, I watched the video, and there was a biblical quote in the video that shocked me because it explains something from the second dream. The quote was from Joel 2:30, and it reads like this. And I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. When I read that, I immediately went to translate what the word columns of smoke means, because English is not my mother tongue, it is Croatian. After that, I found a quote in Croatian to better understand. I even wrote down pictures from columns of smoke, and I can say that some pictures are quite similar to what I saw in the second dream when there was something rustling in the sky, like a dark wind and smoke that went up in a circle and formed so that at the end of the sky opened and a strong fire came out. This was the proof after which I believed that the second dream was real from God, because I had no knowledge of that biblical quote. I only knew that fire would fall from the sky, but I didn't know about the columns of smoke. Later, I watched a film about the survival during the Great Tribulation, and all those who were sick wore brown robes, but like those of the priests of the Franciscan order. My cousin's friend also wore such a robe in the dream, but it was not brown, but dark, something between dark gray and dark blue. I believe that God gave me these signs to confirm my dream that it was really from Him. On the night of February 1st this year, I had a dream from God. It was the third dream, and in the third dream I dreamed of the Antichrist. I was on some kind of plane with a couple of people, which was like a library. The floor was made of varnished parquet, and there were shelves with books on the sides. The Antichrist approached me, and he had dark brown, slicked back hair, brown eyes, a dark blue suit, and a red tie. He was telling me all kinds of things, and then he had such an evil face, and I was really disturbed by his presence. I can't remember anything he said to me, but I know it wasn't good. Then there was some kind of problem in the plane and it was in danger of completely crashing. I looked out of the door window of the plane and I saw how we landed on the ground. Then I woke up. For the third dream regarding the Antichrist, I can say that I received confirmation recently when I watched a short video on Facebook Reels where a man said that he had a vision or dream about the Antichrist and that the Antichrist had dark brown slicked back hair, a dark blue suit, and a red tie. I can also say that the confirmation, at least as far as the hairstyle is concerned, is one of the Great Miracles Avenue videos that was about how the Antichrist was finally baptized. I had my fourth dream from God on April 20. In the fourth dream, I dreamed that I was outside and that the sky was red. There was a kind of spiral in the sky that was spinning in a circle all the time. That's all I remember from the dream. I had my fifth dream from God on April 21st. In the fifth dream, I dreamed that I was outside in a street and the sky was red. And then I saw everything the same as in the first dream. I saw the full moon on the left side, two planets on its right side, which were Jupiter above, and then in my dream I felt that the second one was Neptune, which was below, and at the end on the right side was Saturn. Then a girl with blonde hair and blue eyes appeared next to me and told me that it was God's something that I had forgotten. I know there were two words and that the first word was God's. After that dream, I knew something was important as soon as God sent me the same dream twice. I realized that I probably had to research the meaning myself. I researched first the meaning of the moon in the Bible. I found the moon to be a sign of future events. After that, I researched the meaning of Neptune. I didn't find anything about Neptune in the Bible, but I did in mythology. Neptune is the god of water, sea, and earthquakes in Roman mythology. He is also the god of horses. If we look at the meaning of biblical symbols, we will see that water signifies inhabited areas and nations. The sea signifies a great multitude of people and an army. An earthquake signifies calamities and revolutions, and horses signify war and military power. After that, I researched about Jupiter. Jupiter is the god of sky and light, protector of justice, truth, and order. His symbols are lightning and an eagle. If we look at the meaning of biblical symbols, we will see that light signifies joy, progress, and knowledge of God's word, and the eagle signifies a victorious king or nation. While I was still searching about Jupiter, I came across an article about what the Star of Bethlehem was. Many things are said about what it could be, but when I came across the part that says it could have been a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, it also wrote their symbolism. It said that Jupiter has the symbol of the king, the supreme deity, and that Saturn is the symbol of Palestine. It really shocked me that it was a symbol of Palestine, knowing what was going on there and how it was possible that I had my first dream before October 7th. Then it was left for me to research more about Saturn. Saturn is one of the main Roman gods, and it is the god of agriculture and the harvest. According to biblical symbolism, the harvest signifies the end of the world. Since the fourth dream didn't seem biblical to me, I didn't do any research on it. But when I researched everything about the fifth dream, I was interested to see if I could find anything on the internet biblically related to the spiral. It turned out that there was something. I found an article and it contained a quote and an explanation. Revelation 6:14 says, "And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places." Explanation. Some event happens in the sky which causes the sky to resemble scrolls being rolled up. The spiraling or rolling is some sort of turbulence in the sky. Whatever causes this spiraling separates the skies into two parts, scrolls, when viewed side on. In addition, I received a confirmation from God a few days later. I came across a video on Facebook Reels where a guy talks about a dream or vision of rapture. He said that at the time of the rapture, there was a spiral in the sky that went round and round. I was glad to receive confirmation of this. I should not have doubted some things that did not seem biblical to me, because God speaks in various ways. I believe these dreams serve as a warning to be ready for the rapture. In my dream, I felt an indescribable sadness that I stayed. I don't want to feel it again, nor do I want any of you to feel it. Pray, live by faith, and you will be filled with peace. Don't let the things of this world distract you. Repent while you still have time. Jesus is coming soon.